This is going to be a tutorial on how to use this wonderful service, this wonderful website from Adobe. It's owned by Adobe, called Mixamo. And what this website gives us is mainly two things. It's 3D characters and animations to attach to them. And we'll go over how to choose them, download them in a format that is the best one or compatible with Unity, and what to do in Unity to make them work. So I'll spend hours here because there's a lot of characters and a lot of animations. Well, first of all, you have to go to mixamo.com, and then you have to create a free account. You can, use your Facebook login or your Google login, or just create an account. All they ask for is email. So once I'm logged in, I can start browsing through characters. So there's a lot of them, and I'm just going to choose one character. Let's say the boss. I double click on it, proceed with this new character, because it'll have like a default character here. And here's the boss. Then after I chose a character, and I can, I'm clicking my mouse to go all around it, and this is like the initial pose. I'm going to go to animations, and again, there's a ton of animations to choose from. Most of them look like they don't have a character attached to them. They just show you what the nature of the movement is going to be. So let's say there's also, you can search animations by category. Let's say that I want this guy to dance, so it limits my animations to dancing ones. Let's say that we want this guy to do the twist. So I double click and it attaches the twist to this guy. There's a few more parameters I can play around with. For instance, overdrive usually affects not just the speed, but the energy of the dance. So if I put it in real overdrive, it looks like this, and if I put it in very low overdrive, it's slow, which I kind of like. Also, arm spaces, how far they're going to wave their arms. So, big arm space, arms move away from the body. Low arm space, they keep their arms close to the body, to the point where it's almost ridiculous. So I'm going to put it somewhere in the middle. Also, sometimes there's a trim, and the trim usually I will not touch, because the trim ensures that it's going to be a perfect loop, so it's not going to look like it's jumping. And it usually has all the movements you need. Okay, so let's say that we want this guy, after we spent hours selecting characters, selecting animations, we want this guy. Download. The format I will use, we all know that Unity likes FBX, but there's actually an FBX for Unity. So I'm going to choose that one. Frames per second, I'm going to choose 60, because that's the one that's closest to what Unity is using. With skin, frame reduction none, and download. It takes a second to prepare. And once it downloads the extension FBX. And here it is. And usually, it's really convenient. If I look at my downloads folder, I can see that it gave it a name. The boss, the name of the character, at Twist Dance, the name of the animation. Reminds me exactly of why I brought it in. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go to a Unity project that I already started, an empty one. And I called it Mixamo. Here's assets. Usually, and here's my strongest advice, I'm going to create a folder, and I'm going to call it char, or char's characters. And inside that folder, I'm going to create a folder just for this character, because it's going to extract a lot of dependents. And what was the name of this guy? The boss. And then I'm pasting the FBX into that, going back, of course, to Unity, and it imports it. And here's my folder, chars, and here's the boss. And when I select this boss, I can see, well, first of all, I can drag it to the scene to see what it would look like. The only thing I have here is a plane. Now, if we get closer, and especially if we get to see both game and this, we can see that this guy, let's make sure that he's nice and centered, is it doesn't really have his skin. So what do? We select the prefab here, and in the prefab we're going to have in the inspector model, rig, animation, and materials. We start with materials because he's got to extract his own materials. Materials. We start by clicking textures, extract textures. They came with the FBX, but they're still not extracted. It's going to ask us where do we want to extract it, and that's why we created a folder for this boss. At the same folder as the FBX, we're choosing to house the materials. Sometimes that is enough. You see how that was enough to make him look right. But to make him look even more right, it's asking us if we want the normal to be a normal. Yes, we do. Sometimes to make it even better, we're going to extract materials, because he's got a separate material for the cigar, for the for the clothing, and so on. Same thing, extract materials and extract them into the same folder called boss. And now he really looks pretty cool. I play, and chances are that he's not going to dance. Why isn't he dancing? Because just like the materials and the textures, the animations are there, but they're not attached yet. How do I attach the animation? Usually it's as simple as this. In the folder called boss, I'm going to find the original FBX. I'm going to unfold it, and there's all kinds of objects there. Most of them are meshes, but one of them should be the animation itself. Here it is, twist dance. And I take this dance and I drag it to the object that's on the scene, it's on the stage. Let's see if this is going to be enough. Now that it has the animation, it should have an animation controller. Let's see if that's going to be enough. Yes, it is. Usually that's all that's needed. Probably there's only one more thing that I need to do. We're going to wait for him to finish his dance. And you see how he finishes his dance and he stops? We need to find the place where we tell the animation to loop. So that's going to be by clicking on the object, going to the object that's already on the scene. And then we're going to have two buttons, open and select. Don't try to open it unless you got, Blender or something that opens, 3D models. What we need to do is select. And when we select, we're going to see model, rig, animation, materials. We're going to find animation, and now the animation on this model is the right one, the twist dance, and somewhere down there in the settings there's going to be a checkbox called loop time, where we're going to loop it. Apply, yes. And now he's going to loop forever. He's going to do his dance, loop forever. I'm going to show one more thing. Let's say that we don't really like the pace. We want to either make it faster or slower. What we can still do is select the object and go to Window, Animation, Animator. Not Animation, but Animator. And we find that the animator right now is that as soon as it enters, it does the twist dance. So this is entry, like the beginning, like on start, and here's the twist dance. Again, how do we get to that? By selecting the object, and then the object that's on the scene, window, animation, animator, twist dance. And here's where we can control some few things about this animation. For instance, its speed. 1 means normal speed. So if I want him to dance really slow, I'm going to do 0.4. And save, go back to the scene and play. And we can see that now he is going to dance at a very low speed. Or a fast one, if this is still open. This is useful if there was a background music in the background. I want to make him look like he's dancing more, to the music. I can look at this for hours. Let's take the camera and get the camera closer to him in the game. Of course, right now he's facing away from me, but to turn him around, I can turn the Y, not of the camera, sorry, of him to 180 degrees Y, and then he's facing me. Because usually he will face the same direction as me, so we're both looking forward. But if I wanted to face me, I'm going to turn him around on the Y-axis by 180 degrees.